If you have not subscribed, please click the like button, share and subscribe. It's free.
Don't intimidate me. You're welcome to do as you please. Honorable Speaker, respected members of Parliament, today I rise on behalf of MK Party under the leadership of President Jacob Zuma and our party leader Dr. John Hlophe to oppose the Mineral and Petroleum Resources bill and vote. Oppose. I'm very well versed in the English language, by the way. The mineral and petroleum sectors hold a vast potential for economic development, with South Africa having an existing refinery, the second largest on the continent, an asset which we are underutilizing as a country. This asset has anchored SADC fuel demand for the past 3 or so decades to the benefit of multinationals. However, we as Mkhonto Sizwe want 100% ownership of the asset back to the state. In the past 2 decades, South Africa has grown in excess of over 500 business and enterprises that can benefit immediately at the back of this asset using very innovative trading and financing leverages, which are being blocked by the current imperial beneficiaries. We therefore urge the state to have a very economical, transformative approach on this asset. Having said that, the upstream operation as a country has been lagging for years, whereby other African states are now taking advantage of our latency. The LNG saga in Mozambique is a clear demonstration. We are aware that certain private sector entities have secured molecule to service the growing need of product for the industrialization of our country. We as Mkhonto Sizwe, having studied the SADC master plan, are aware that we need to urgently energize and take lead using our own South Africa, academia, entrepreneurs, and other stakeholders. At the right platform, Chairperson, we would like to make pragmatic recommendations that are specific with a special focus to certain provinces, in particular KZN, our province, Free State, our other province, Eastern Cape, our other province, Western Cape, soon to be our province, on an accelerated energy industrialization program and can do and achieve within the next 5 years of this administration. However, the current system overwhelmingly favors established white-owned businesses, leaving our most disadvantaged communities behind. The wealth generated from our national resources must be used to address unemployment, poverty, and inequality in the townships as well as the rural areas. Now, when we look at the issues relating to nationalization and equitable growth, Minister, the MK Party believes in nationalization of the mineral sector. The minerals environment has been regressing but consistently benefiting a few at the expense of the majority. Hence, we've always been calling that we need to change this constitution and able to ensure organic transformation so that we can actually nationalize specific mining assets. We, as MKP, have engaged with the various stakeholders and are aware of the potential danger and explosion of this bubble. In our approach, we believe that now that we have this convenient GNU, and we are stuck with it, let's really look at the position of all these programs such as the Richards Bay program, the IDP, and other initiatives. By doing so, we can ensure that the benefits of these resources are distributed equitably among South Africans, not just the privileged few. Nationalization will enable us to channel profits into public investments, infrastructure development, social programs that directly benefit the people. We need to nationalize strategic assets and ensure the beneficiation and the organic beneficiation of our people. Chairperson, a case in point, you could look at the SAPREF, which should be refining its own products for sale and distribution, via Petro SA as a retail network. Now, Mozambique, just next door, in the form of Petromark, has got the same kind of establishment as a retail network that works. This alone will have a significant impact on the basic fuel price and therefore having a dominant effect on the inflation and the cost of living of our people overall. Chairperson, why should we be dictated to as to where we should be getting our oil from? For example, why can't we source our oil from Russia, who is a member of BRICS, when it's to the benefit of our country and its people? A case in point, I'll give you an example. Petro SA, Minister knows this, found itself having to beg Shell to offload a vessel of product in Mossel Bay when it was actually for a critical function in the form of load shedding, because it was believed that the product was coming from Russia. Whose country is this? Why should we be begging a multinational to offload our own product, which is a mission-critical product for the nation? Energy security is what we stand for. It is a constitutional imperative that the government provides services to all and never leaves anyone behind. We have three main priorities: energy security, this is the oxygen of the economy because it drives the economy. The cost of energy services must be affordable, and it is not. If it's not, then access to energy becomes discriminatory. We have encumbered the country with huge loans that come with punitive conditions, which in effect have an impact on the price of services in our network industries, in this case ESCOM. The cost of electricity alone is unsustainable and beyond affordable for the jobless, downtrodden people of our country. Whilst we may want to decarbonize the economy, we must do so at the cost and the scale and the pace we can afford. The sixth administration destroyed the electricity system for a just electricity and a just energy transition, whilst being obsessed with fighting the so-called state capture. In 2017, the surplus generation capacity was at 5,600 megawatts. The energy availability factor was 86% for June 2017. You now know, after whose administration that was, when we had such good numbers, when ESCOM's debt at that time was sitting at 85 billion. But today, under this, and even the previous administration, it is sitting at 160 billion rand. Go figure. Numbers don't lie. The annual energy availability was 78%, and ESCOM met its peak electricity demand at 35,800 megawatts. The diesel consumption was only 10 million liters at 800,000 rand a month compared to the 2.9 billion that we sit with in 2024 financial year. These numbers are in normal rands. The sixth administration destroyed all of that. This is the reason why they are at 40%, I guess, today. We believe that focus should be to expand the electricity grid to rural areas because it is the same votes that came our way that were neglected. The priority from controversies is to protect the power system and not leave anyone behind. We believe that it is the physics of the power system that will come to pass, and we, by physics of the power system. Yes?
Your time has unfortunately now expired.
I thank you, and we reject this point.
Family, I want us to view the debate of MK in Parliament today. They had a very beautiful and lovely debate from Tlamulo Ndlela, from the MK political party. It was not for the first time to hear MK debating, articulating very important points on the bill they rejected. That was the Mineral and Resources Bill. There were high expectations how MK was going to debate some of the bills and everything because they are new into the parliament. First time coming to parliament after winning the elections, getting a third place into parliament. They are the third largest political party that has trimmed from ANC. They brought the ANC down with other political parties, including EFF and other small parties that are there. So the big elephant was eaten, which was the ANC. So what is very important today that we have to talk about is about the way Tlamulo debated the bill. However, they rejected it with very important points why they were rejecting it. And seeing Nhlamulo debating in Parliament for the first time, he was brave, he was focused, he went through each and every point they wanted to debate in Parliament. I was really impressed because I was looking forward how MK was going to debate, because the only person that I think he will not have difficulty in debating in Parliament, because he's been in front of he's been a judge, which is John Hlophe. He's used to talking about law and everything, making judgments and all this, and he's got a doctrine. So really, the way they were debating, Nhlamulo was debating in Parliament, it's like he's been there in Parliament for a long time, because he was straightforward. He knew what he was debating about. He articulated all the points that were very important and why they wanted the bill to be rejected. Let's hear from you, family. How did you see Nhlamulo doing in Parliament for the first time? Because as we know, there were high expectations from each and everybody in the country to see how MK was going to do in Parliament on debates. Let's comment, family. Like, share, and subscribe. I love you all. Nintendo love. Itikuni. Bravo, 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 family.